What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video I'm going to be talking exactly about how I made 51,500 in revenue since I started my business in January 2020. So stay tuned and let's do it. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm a real estate agent in Northern Virginia and Washington DC. I have been an agent for almost 6 to 7 months. I started in January 2020. I'm gonna break down exactly how I made 51,500 in revenue and sold over 2.5 million in real estate. So just to be clear, I hope you guys know what revenue means and what I net. There's a big difference between revenue and net, because revenue means all the money that I got paid. It doesn't include taxes, it doesn't include all the expenses I have as a business owner, it doesn't include the brokerage fees, none of that stuff. That's just the money that some of my clients are paying me, and I have to take that money, pay the taxes, pay the brokerage, pay the team, pay all that other expenses that I have to market the houses. That's the money that will go there, and then I keep the rest. So revenue is basically all the money that I got paid. That doesn't mean that I got 51,500 in my pocket. Let's get back to the point. So when I started my career in real estate, before that I was just working a job at the gym and I was working at Ross stores. And then I decided, I was like, look, I'm getting paid like $14, $15 an hour. I was making good money. I was 19. I was making good money. I was happy. But then I was like, look, like I can stay here forever, but might not have another opportunity to get make more money here, right? Like the highest paid manager at Ross was like $70,000 a year. And I was like, in Northern Virginia, DC area, $70,000 is not a lot of money. You can't really live with $70,000 comfortably. Like you can live, but you're not going to be able to have fun, do the things that you want to do. You just have to basically go to work every day to pay your bills. That's when I realized, I was like, look, I gotta find another job where they don't require a college degree and it's gonna be based on me producing, right? Because when I was working at Ross, I was working really hard and I was getting basically paid the same way as somebody else who wasn't really working that hard, right? And I was like, look, I want to go do something where I'm getting paid based on my production, right? It's not based on, oh, I showed up every day, I clock in, I clock out, I get paid. It's not that. It's just like you come in, you work, you sell something, you help someone buy something, then you get paid. So at that time I was 19 years old. I didn't know if I wanted to go and do real estate. But one thing I knew was like, look, the only way out for me is sales, because there's so much opportunity in there. Like it's unlimited opportunity when it comes to sales. So I decided to get my real estate license. And when I got my real estate license, I was super hyped up because I knew that, look, this is something that I love. Like I love working with people. I love showing houses. I love negotiating. I love to learn more about real estate, because I know that in the long run, you can actually invest in real estate. You can do a lot of other things as an investor that you don't have to sell houses for the rest of your life. So I was like, look, I'm gonna get my real estate license, and I finished it in like 3 months. I got my license. Then I got into the business where I actually got mentors and I learned from them every single day, and I did a lot of cold calls. This is what people don't tell you when it comes to real estate, right? They think like, okay, you get your license, it's easy, it's simple, you can just start making money. But the reality is you have to do so many cold calls when you're starting out, because you don't know anybody, right? And you want to put your name out there. So you need to make those calls. You need to get rejected. You need to get yelled at and all that stuff, and that's part of the business. That's the process in this business. You have to look at it that way, right? It's not something you only have to do. Everybody who made it big in this business, they had to go through these times, right? They had to make those calls. They had to get rejected and all that stuff. So I started making those calls, and before you know it, after making those calls for a month and a half, I got my first deal. That was like a $500,000 listing. So that was basically my first deal in like 2 months of being a real estate agent. And I was super hyped up at the time, because I was like, man, if I can do this once, I can do it like as many times as I want, And that was like a $500,000 listing. That was like a big chunk of money coming to my bank account, and I was like super happy about it. And I'm sharing this to you guys that look, it's not that like I got paid 51,500 by just selling 2.5 million in real estate. No, there's so much other work, like there's so much other expenses you have, right? From your gas that you have to drive clients around, to buying like products and marketing material for the houses that you're selling, and paying taxes. So a lot of you might ask me and be like, okay, what is one thing you do that makes you money? In my business, honestly, it's cold calling. So the more calls I make, the more people I talk to, the more chances of me meeting people, the more chances of me listing their house or helping them buy a house. And that's how I get paid. So I normally make about 400 to 500 calls a day. It depends on the day. Some days I make 7 to 800, but the average is 4 to 500. And that's how I get most of my business. And I'm just sharing this to you guys. Look, it's so much work when you have your own business. It's not just that you work and you get paid. Sometimes you make so many calls and you don't get paid for nothing, right? But you still have to do that consistently, because you don't know. Someday you might call and you might get 4 appointments, and someday you might call and not get any appointment. But at the end of the day, you have to do it every single day. So the more calls you make, the better chances of you getting deals. That's simple. To put it in other words is, the more calls you make, the more people you talk to, the more business you will get. That's it. Guys, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe, like this video, comment below if you have any questions or anything, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!